You think people are logical, but look closer. Emotions grip the wheel, old stories press the gas, and hidden fears set the destination. Robert Greene maps this traffic with dark clarity, if you dare read the signs while everyone else speeds blind. Every day, masks glide past you in hallways, meetings, feeds. Smiles cover envy, calm hides panic, confidence cloaks doubt. The stage is crowded, and the script is invisible, yet patterns repeat like drumbeats you can learn to hear. You get ghosted, undermined, misunderstood. You react, then regret it. The trap is ancient. We misread signals, then act on the lie. Green's laws turn fog into streetlights. Slow your reactions, sharpen your aim. Before we begin, ask yourself, how many battles have you lost to your own impulses, and how many doors have you closed because you misread a person's mask? The answer stings, but it wakes you up. Ready to see underneath? In 19 minutes, we'll tour the human engine: irrationality, envy, social masks, group mind, and the shadow self. You'll leave with tools, not trivia, so you can stop reacting wildly and start moving with quiet precision. Context first. We evolved to survive storms, not boardrooms. Our brains love shortcuts, our feelings run ahead of facts, and stories steer crowds. That's not failure, it's wiring. But wiring can be understood, rerouted, and used wisely. The universal problem. We take people at face value. We judge quickly, reward loudly, punish fast. Then we wonder why outcomes feel random. They aren't random, they're coded in habits, patterns, wounds, and needs that rarely speak out loud. The promise: study the laws and your reactions slow down. You notice micro-flinches, hear subtext, predict moves. Power comes from clarity, not force. Influence grows when your emotions obey you and your eyes see what's actually there. This isn't manipulation for its own sake. It's self-defense. It's effective leadership. It's survival in crowded rooms. Because forces are always pulling you. Your past, their motives, the group's mood. Which forces are steering you today, and why? We'll move law by law, like climbing stairs in the dark. One step reveals the next. Hold the rail, breathe steady, and watch the shapes come into focus as we ascend from instinct to insight, from reflex to command. Law 1. Master your irrationality. We feel first, justify later. Emotions color the lens, then we call it truth. See your mood like weather. Real, but shifting. Carry an umbrella of awareness before the storm soaks your decisions. Name your emotions fast. Labeling turns heat into light. Angry becomes alert. Fear becomes caution. Excitement becomes energy. The brain calms when language steps in, like a lighthouse steadying ships. Then choices widen. You stop crashing into rocks. Slow your reactions by minutes, even seconds. Delay sends cravings past you, like cars in rain. Create a pause ritual. Sip water, count breaths, touch a ring. The smallest anchor can keep you from being swept by a wave of impulse. Scrutinize certainty. When you feel very sure, raise a mental flag. Ask, what data supports this, and what mood might be coloring it? Certainty is cozy, not reliable. Would you bet money on it right now? Law 2. Transform self-love into empathy. We all want attention, validation, appreciation. Unchecked, that hunger warps us into taking, not seeing. Flip it. Make people feel real. Mirror their words, map their world, and your influence expands quietly. Practice radical listening. Don't prepare replies, collect clues. Note tone, pace, metaphors they choose. People reveal their blueprint in small details. When they feel seen, defenses drop like armor set on the ground. Doors open without you pushing. Feed healthy narcissism. Give genuine credit. Tie praise to effort, not ego. Anchor it to reality. Specifics, not fluff. This calms insecurity, turns potential rivals into allies, and keeps flattery from becoming a trap you trip over later. Spot unhealthy narcissism early. Grand claims, thin skin, endless comparison. Don't fight head-on. Redirect with boundaries and clear stakes. Give them wins that cost you little. Hold lines that protect you much. Never hand them the steering wheel. Law 3. People wear roles. At work, at home, online. We all costume up. Watch for mismatches. The brave voice with shaking hands. The humble brag with greedy eyes. What role are they selling? And what role are you buying? Collect their tells. A repeated phrase. A forced laugh. A topic they avoid. Patterns are breadcrumbs leading back to need. Meeting by meeting, the costume thins, the person appears. Don't announce it. Adjust your strategy and let reality confirm. Adopt the right counter role. With a bully, be the calm wall. With a skeptic, be the patient teacher. With the anxious, be the steady anchor. Role play is Aikido. You use their momentum, never your ego, to guide outcomes. Law 4. People repeat compulsions. What they did before, they'll do again under stress. History rhymes in human behavior. Study their past decisions like weather patterns. When thunder rolls, you won't be surprised by the lightning. Chart patterns on paper. Write their triggers, reactions, and excuses. Draw arrows, circles, loops. Seeing it breaks the spell. Prediction replaces hope. You stop negotiating with fantasies and start dealing with the real machine you're facing. Know your own loop too. Where do you cling, chase, or explode? Under which lights do you make the same bad turn? If you mapped last year's mistakes, what picture appears, and what single turn would prevent the next crash? Law 5. Watch envy like smoke. It curls quiet, then chokes a room. Signals. Backhanded praise, distant eyes at your wins, quick delight when you stumble. Manage it by sharing credit, moving in silence, and choosing wins that don't humiliate. Never boast in hungry rooms. Display success like a dim lantern, not a flare. People forgive competence that serves them. They punish peacocking. Win allies by making your gains feel like a shared ladder, not a private throne. Transmute envy into drive. When you feel that sting, don't aim outward, aim inward. Study what sparked it: skill, discipline, courage. Turn comparison into a compass, then build the skill quietly, brick by brick, far from applause. Law 6. Short-term bias blurs truth. We chase quick hits, doom scroll, react to headlines. Real power compounds slowly, like interest. Train your eyes on the horizon. Make today's move serve a year-long arc, not the next 5 minutes. Install friction against urgency. Delay sends dopamine elsewhere. Use a 24-hour rule for big choices, a 10-minute wait for impulses, a written checklist for crises. What would future you thank you for not doing today? Stack small, boring actions. Calendars, budgets, boundaries. Each is a brick. Together, you get a fortress. While others sprint then collapse, you stroll, steady and relentless. Nothing dramatic, just gravity on your side, pulling you toward long-term ground. Law 7. Defensiveness kills influence. Advice triggers ego alarms. People guard their castle. Slip past the gate with questions, stories, and options. Let them choose. Let them own the idea. Ownership makes ideas stick like roots in soil. Use frame control gently. Define the problem, not the person. Reframe failure as data, delay as strategy. The right frame turns panic into patience, like switching lenses on a camera so the picture stops shaking and finally makes sense. Lead with vulnerability, not weakness. A small admission lowers tension. A precise mistake you learned from invites trust. It's a bridge, not a confession booth. Cross with purpose, then guide others without shame. The current flows easier. Calibrate intensity. Too hard, they push back. Too soft, they drift away. Match energy to the room like a dimmer switch, then raise it a notch. How much pressure actually helps here, and what's just you needing to feel in control? Law 8. Guard against grandiosity. Success whispers lies, you're special, rules don't apply. The fall follows excess speed. Keep a beginner's mind. Checklists, mentors, fresh feedback. Tie your kite to a rock so the wind doesn't own you. Build reality checks. Pre-mortems, red teams, small pilots. Let ideas meet friction before the world crushes them. When you break your own plan gently, it won't shatter later. Pressure test like a diver checks valves before the deep. Detach identity from outcome. You are not your last launch, sale, or post. Tie worth to process. Hours practiced, experiments run, lessons captured. Identity on process is a tree with deeper roots. Storms bend it, not break it. Law 9. Persuasion is architecture. Foundations are trust and timing. Beams are stories and status. Rooms are clear benefits. Build for the user's path, not your pride. When the door swings open, they should want to walk through unaided. Start where they are, not where you wish. Mirror their language. Link your point to their goals. Make first wins painless. Are you asking them to climb a ladder or stepping down a few rungs to meet them first? Use contrast and consequence. Show the cost of staying the same, the relief of moving now. Paint a before-after bridge. People cross when the old shore feels unsafe. Your job is to make the new shore feel firm underfoot. Status matters. Borrow it with credible allies, data, and earned calm. Desperation leaks, certainty steadies. When your posture is aligned, voice low, pace measured, people feel your frame like gravity. They lean in without knowing why. Law 10. Crowds change minds. Alone you are reasonable. In groups heat rises. Emotions spread like wildfire and identities fuse. Read the crowd's temperature. Step back from flames. Influence the spark sources, not the smoke. Anchor group norms early. One clear expectation, modeled by a respected person, sets the tone. Reinforce with stories and small wins. Rituals matter. Opening lines, shared language, symbols. Culture is a wheel. Build the hub before spinning. Avoid public shaming. It hardens identity against you. Correct in private, praise in public, redirect with structure. Who are your fire starters and fire dampeners, and how can you quietly seat them where they affect the room best? Law 11. Confront the shadow. We hide anger, greed, envy, and fear. Denied, they leak in worse ways. Owned, they become fuel. Put your monster on a leash. Train it to pull the cart, not flip it. Note shadow triggers, jealousy in peers, contempt in rivals, panic under deadlines. Write them. Give each a counter ritual. Breathe, reframe, replan. Darkness loses teeth when named. The bite becomes a signal instead of a wound. Channel aggression into standards. Hold the line on quality, time, and respect. Turn sharpness inward. Edit tighter. Prepare deeper. Aggression as craft sharpens the blade. Aggression as drama cuts your own hand first. Law 12. Understand generation and time. People grow in different weather. Tech, wars, norms. Their default beliefs aren't personal. They're cultural code. Translate across decades like languages, and your teams stop arguing past each other. Map time horizons. Boomers, Gen X, Millennials, Gen Z, each sees risk and rewards differently. Don't mock, adapt. Where can their lenses combine into a clearer picture, and what single shared symbol can align all eyes on the same hill? Law 13. Aimlessness kills spirit. Drifting invites others to steer you. Purpose is a compass. Direction turns talent into momentum. Craft a North Star that is both distant and daily, then let your calendar become a trail of arrows. Write a one-line mission, short, specific, behavior-based. Build systems that save people time, not be successful. Post it where your eyes trip on it. Decisions become binary, toward the mission or away. Friction vanishes when direction holds. Break purpose into plays, weekly sprints, daily blocks, tiny wins. Celebrate progress like mile markers on a night road. You don't need fireworks, you need taillights to follow. Your own, from yesterday's work, pulling you forward. Law 14. Remember mortality. Death denial breeds pettiness. Awareness breeds urgency and grace. Let time's shadow focus you. Decide what's worth your days, not your minutes, and trivial conflicts shrink like puddles under noon sun. Use the death lens to cut noise. If you had 5 years, what would you build, learn, forgive? Which habits would you drop by sundown? Ask without drama. Answer with action tomorrow morning. The clock is a stern but honest coach. We've covered the map: emotions, empathy, roles, compulsions, envy, time, persuasion, groups, shadow, generations, purpose, and mortality. The laws don't cage you, they free you, because seeing the strings lets you cut, tie, or pull them. Recap fast: slow reactions, label moods, mirror others, chart patterns, diffuse envy, stretch time. Guide, don't shove. Use stories, control rooms, own your shadow, align horizons, walk with purpose, remember the clock. Simple words, lifelong practice. Your edge isn't talent, it's awareness under pressure. Most people panic or pose. You pause, scan, choose. That 3-second window is your crown. Guard it like treasure, because it buys you better moves when everyone else swings wild. Influence begins with care. People feel when you see them as chess pieces. They resist. Treat them as weather. Study, respect, adapt. Then your moves land softly, and your plans root deeper. Trust grows where force would have failed. You don't need permission to start. Pick one law this week, which would change everything if practiced daily, pausing, mapping patterns, or anchoring envy into work. Circle it now, carve it into your schedule, and move one brick today. Remember the dark truth. Nature doesn't care if you learn, it repeats. But if you learn, you bend the pattern. Keep studying, keep practicing, and step into rooms with quiet eyes and a steady hand. That's power worth having. Application drill, the heated meeting. Your plan: watch for raised chins, clipped words, tapping pens. Name the emotion silently. Slow your breath, mirror concerns. Offer 2 choices, each aligned to shared goals. Let them pick the path, they'll defend it later. Application drill, the charming manipulator. Signals: future faking, vague promises, rushing commitment. Counter by slowing tempo, asking for specifics, and assigning small tests. Trust must earn interest like a savings account, not handouts from your gullible heart. Application drill, the jealous peer. They undercut in jokes, vanish during your wins. Don't confront head on. Share credit broadly, invite collaboration that gives them spotlight, and move silently on your next project. Starve the fire, save the forest. Application drill. The public critic. They attack on stage to raise status. Thank them for the point you can concede, clarify the frame, and invite a specific next step. What would neutral observers see as fair, firm, and non-reactive here? Application drill. The new team. Day 1. Set norms lightly. Share a story that signals values. Define how we disagree. Anchor rituals. Weekly demos. Written decisions. Culture is wet cement. Shape it early, then let it cure strong. Application drill. The burnout slide. Notice micro signs. Messy desk, short fuse, shrinking hobbies. Strip workload to essentials. Add recovery blocks, and reconnect with purpose. Burnout isn't weakness. It's a warning light. Respond before the engine seizes. Application drill. Negotiation. Map their needs, not your wants. Start high, trade low-cost items, protect must-haves. Use silence like a tool, let offers echo. People often feel quiet with concessions when your posture stays calm and certain. Application drill. Difficult feedback. Use SBI situation, behavior, impact. Then ask how they see it. Plan together, set a check-in. Feedback given like a scalpel heals. Feedback swung like a sword scars. Precision over drama, always. Application drill. Your own spiral. You sense doom scrolling, angry replies, late-night ruminations. Cut inputs, move your body, write what you fear, and choose the smallest visible action. Which one step proves the story in your head is wrong? Persuasion template. Story first. Present a relatable problem. Show your mess. Reveal a small win, then invite a match to their reality. People step into stories more easily than arguments. Keep the arc short, the lesson clear, the ask simple. Persuasion template. Social proof. Show peers succeeding, credible voices endorsing, small numbers compounding. Proof calms fear. Never fake it. False proof collapses like cardboard. Real proof stacks like bricks and supports weight over time. Persuasion template. Scarcity and timing. Deadlines focus, but abuse breeds mistrust. Use real constraints, capacity, calendar, cost. Explain the reason kindly. Scarcity without story feels like pressure. Scarcity with story feels like respect for resources. Persuasion template. Future pacing. Ask them to imagine the morning after choosing. Paint relief. Fewer fires, clearer steps, shared wins. The brain rehearses the scene and leans toward making it real. Keep the picture grounded, not glittered. Shadow work routine, 10 minutes weekly. List resentments, envies, impulses. Translate each into a need, respect, rest, meaning, and a request to yourself. What boundary, habit, or project honors the need without burning the village? Pattern audit. Choose one person and one pattern this month. Track triggers, phrases, outcomes. Predict their next move. Test a counter move. Document wins and misses. Repetition is rehearsal. Rehearsal becomes skill, and skill turns chaos into chess. Time horizon upgrade. Set a 1-year theme and quarterly rocks. Review weekly, adjust lightly. Keep a visible scoreboard. Progress bars, check marks, small rewards. Momentum loves measurement like plants love light. Show results where eyes linger daily. Relationship bank. Deposit attention, respect, favors, withdraw ask by ask. Overdraft fees are real. Resentment and avoidance. Keep a ledger in your head. Be generous before you need. Interest compounds in trust, repaid when storms arrive. Crisis posture. Knees bent, eyes up. Speak slowly. Cut non-essentials. Run checklists. Assign roles. Set time boxes and debrief after. Calm is contagious. It becomes the metronome that steadies the team's hands during turbulence. Exit toxic arenas. Some rooms run on envy and chaos. Use reconnaissance. Who holds the real levers? What fuels the fire? If you can't reroute the system, reduce exposure. Which bridges do you quietly cross and never look back? Final note. The laws don't make you cold, they make you clear. Be the steady lighthouse in stormy waters, the quiet mirror in loud rooms, the patient architect of better paths. Practice daily, then teach by example without a word.